Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to the House in Fata Morgana, a Requiem for Innocence, Part 3. So, in the last episode, Morgana is starting to open up a little bit. There's been a time jump from when she was first rescued from the Lord's Manor, so she is, I believe, 11 years old now. And she's starting to kind of open up to Yakubo, but still her kind of aloof self. And we also had the introduction of a new character, a young girl who is going to start working for the brothel. I can't remember her name, but she is like the complete opposite of Morgana. She's very outgoing, almost annoyingly so. I'm interested to see like what part she will play in Morgana's story, if they become friends or what's going to happen with that. But anyway, let's get back into the story and let's see what happens next. As the sun began to set and meal preparations were complete, the girls started to emerge from their rooms, a bustle forming in and around the kitchen. Some sluggishly rubbed the sleep from their eyes, while others complained about clients. Some took a moment for me to recognize in their casual clothes, saw makeup. Off the job and being themselves, they looked less like prostitutes and more like just ordinary girls. There were around 10 girls who actually stayed at the brothel, and another 10 or so who came into work from outside. It was a fairly large-scale operation, at least to my eyes, though there were a couple other smaller brothels in the slums. This was the one everyone directed anyone interested to first. Girls with nowhere else to go stayed here, and girls who did have a place to go back home to stayed there. No one actually owned their own homes, though. They either lived with a man or shared a place with a few other girls. None of them had husbands or children. Supposedly, there were those who did in this line of work, but it was rather uncommon. I scooped out servings of soup from the cauldron sitting over by the fire, dishing it out to girls as they came by. No one gave me any unpleasant looks at the sight of my face. They said good morning and smiled, just like any other day. I whispered a greeting to each of them in turn, but given how noisy the kitchen was, it was unlikely any of them heard it. Oh yes, that was, how did she say her name was pronounced? It was like, I thought it was like Saren, but it was, oh my gosh. I think it was like Charon or something like that. What was the name that she said for Morgana to call her as like a nickname? Oh boy, it sure is bouncing in here. I like me a place with some energy. No kidding. I'm glad to hear that. It didn't take long for... God damn it. Okay, I have to look it up and see. Try to remember how to pronounce her name. Okay, so I looked it up. So it was, I think it's Jaran. She said J, or like J as in jester, and Ran as in ransom, so Jiren. Jiran? She said to call her Jerry, so we're gonna go with Jerry. Her perky disposition was undeniably overdone, but everyone seemed to enjoy the positive attention she was giving them well enough. In almost no time at all, the girls were fawning over her. She's like a puppy. I said that, didn't I? I said, like, Morgana's like a cat, and she's like a puppy. Once everyone had their food, they settled into their individual mealtime activities. The bland, watery soup was expectedly unpopular, even though everyone knew there was nothing that could be done about it. This again, several of them murmured, to which Maria stood up. Maria, goddamn, I'm getting my games crossed. To which Maria stood up and chastised them, saying, "You should be grateful you've got anything to eat at all." I know. And Morgana worked her butt off to make it for you. It's rude to complain. I'm sorry, really I am. It ain't her cooking I'm complaining about. You know that, right? Don't you, Morgana? It doesn't bother me. And you're perfectly justified in being displeased. It's hardly nutritious enough to get you through the day. True enough, I guess. It would be great if we could get something with a little more oomph, like a big old slab of meat. Oh, I love meat. Just thinking about it has me drooling. Meat! Bring on the meat! Save that drool for work, because that's the only meat you'll get here. I wonder, maybe I can pretend this root-looking thing is meat, and it will actually taste like it. Meat! From the depths I summon thee. Meat! Chomp chomp. Nope, still not meat. No shit, genius. I love that Maria's not putting up with her shit at all. Meat. You don't like meat, Morgs? Now, you won't grow up big and strong if you're such a picky eater. I'm not picky about what I eat, no. Oh, right. Yeah, when she was forced to eat human meat. Yeah, that would put you off meat, all right. All sustenance is a gift from God to man. I would never refuse his... And there's the flashback. Well, well, is the meat not to your liking then, saint? Hear that, slave? The saint says your brother tastes bad. So bad it makes her wretch. Ha ha ha. You alright, Morgs? You're super pale. I'm just fine. It's been more than 2 years, and I still can't get that taste out of my mouth, no matter how hard I try to forget it. Sometimes when I'm awake, just like now, and sometimes as an awful nightmare. If you're not feeling good, maybe you should lay down. I'm fine, really. You sure? Maybe meat's out of the question, but some bread would sure be nice at least. God, yes, bread. Too bad supplies have been so scarce lately. It's all the damned Lord's fault. Not that a bunch of whores could do fuck all about it. Is the Lord really that bad of a guy? Oh, right. You haven't been here very long. Morgana knows better than anyone how bad he is. You don't know what he's like. Yes, he's a terrible man. He oppresses his people and rejects the word of God. He is a cruel, heartless, barbaric madman. He deserves the strictest of judgment. So does everyone in the city hate him? I doubt you'll find a single person who thinks otherwise. Huh. Well, I hope he stops being the Lord soon then. What do you mean? I just mean it would be nice if someone else could take over for him. Then he could just be a regular old guy. He wouldn't have to worry about running a city stuff. Everyone wins. It would be nice, yes, but wouldn't it? Pretty dang brilliant, aren't I? Even I know it's not that simple, and I'm only 11. How would a bunch of slum dwellers even begin to instate a new lord? Does she even think before speaking? Well, damn, I was hoping to make it before breakfast time. Sorry about that, but I brought bread. Bread? Speak of the bloody devil. Here, here, toss it here. No, me first. Patience, please. You're acting like wild animals that haven't eaten in days. Look at you, Jacobo. You've got girls fawning all over you. I bet that Jaren, is going to, have a crush on Jacobo. Don't just watch. Help. And it's not me they're after, it's the bread. Touché. That said, pretty sorry batch you got for us today. You could probably crack someone's head open with this. There's no hope for the world if we've fallen so far that girls are tripping over each other to get their hands on this. You want fresh, soft bread? Well, start saving your coins. And until then, this is the best we can get. Let it soak in your soup for a bit. That should soften it up some. Though you should be grateful to have it at all. How much longer till I fall into a pile of money? Morgs, it's a man. There's a man here. I have eyes, thank you very much. Who is it, you know? Oh, is he a client? No, he's not. He's more, how should I put it? Someone who doesn't know how to keep his nose out of other people's business. I feel like either Jaren is going to, get a crush on him, or she's going to pick up that maybe Morgana has some feelings toward him and tease her about it. Excuse me, did your eyes fail to detect that I have ears? Eep, here he comes. Haven't seen you around here before. New girl? You first, mister. Who are you? Since you came in through the back door, I'm guessing you work here? Something like that. Holy moly, I've never seen a male prostitute before. You, me, outside, now. Whoa. Talk about aggressive. Inter-office romance never ends well, you know? Maria will get really mad if she finds out. I just love the idea of, they're back in, medieval times almost. Not medieval times, that's a little too far, but, she's talking about, office, inter-office. That's such a modern term. I feel like this girl has been dropped in from another time. This ship's sinking before it even leaves port. Two prostitutes in the throes of forbidden love, until one day an older client finds out and goes mad with rage. All of a sudden, there's a knife in his hand. He swings and... Maria, what the hell is wrong with this new girl? I've never seen anyone with this much air inside their head. That's Jaren. She joined today. She's a bit off in the head, but she's a nice girl. I'm sure you'll get on just fine. Nice to meet ya. Wait, does that mean we have the boss's approval? It's crazy enough that they're running this place themselves, but to allow... No, cheer on a sinking ship. This place is out of this world. We just met 5 minutes ago, though. And he's like, and I already hate you. I'm not really a fan of her either. She's a bit much. So how about we start as friends? Shut up and listen to me for a second, Chatterbox. Until I say otherwise, you are not to speak another word. You will listen to every last word I say and carve it into that empty skull of yours. Understood? And there you have it. I assist with the brothel's operations, nothing more. I presume you've been told about how this place doesn't have a formal manager. So, sometimes situations arise for which a man's presence is necessary. Yep. He may look like a scrawny dork, but he's actually surprisingly useful. Was that really necessary? Sorry, my bad. Slip of the tongue. Huh, neato. So have you two known each other a long time? You seem like you're pretty close. It's pretty much just the two of us fighting to survive for years. That's awesome. I love that kind of thing. Together through thick and thin. Not too long ago, he and some other guys started up a band of peacekeepers, so he's been spending more of his time training up with them these days. That said, I guess it's not too bad knowing we've got someone we can throw at troublemakers if need be. Ooh, peacekeepers? Sweet. You don't look like you'd put up much of a fight though, mister. You want to test that theory? He's like, I'll fight a little girl, I don't give a fuck. Maria, you need to teach this girl some damn manners. We'll be drowning in complaints if she treats patrons like this. Ugh, I'll have you know, I butter my clients up so much they're a big slippery mess when I'm done with them. I'll be just fine, I promise. Oh, I bet they get slippery, but not from butter. What? That's not what I meant. What are you getting all flustered for? You're a whore just like the rest of us. On a somewhat related subject, where exactly did you pick up some of these mannerisms? Huh? Why do you ask? I seem pretty normal to me. It would be quicker to list the things about you that are normal than aren't. Like I said, she's not of this time. We've got vampires, we've got time travelers. This game's got it all. There's actually a majorly huge story behind that. Oh? Is that so? I mean, we know that this game, time travel kind of happens. There's like different worlds and things like that, and different timelines, so it's not completely out of the question. And what would that be? You weren't raised by wolves in the wilderness and never learned how to behave like a normal person, were you? You're not too far off, actually, when I was younger. Wait, you don't have to. No one's forcing you to say anything if you don't want to. I didn't grow up with my parents. I lived with a bunch of really nice men, and I learned a lot from them. I didn't even know my name until they told me. I mean, that's usually how names go. Like, when you're a baby, you're not aware of, like, your identity and your name. Pardon? I thought my name was me till I was around 5, but then one of the nice men told me it was actually Jaren. He was super duper disappointed in me. Called me the dumbest broad I ever known. Talk about rude. But they kind of rubbed off on me, so that's probably what you're seeing. Well, that certainly is a story. Is that not good enough for you? I'll just say the nice man was absolutely right. How rude. Yakubo's like, is this right for us to take this girl who might not be mentally all there and have her, like, work in this? Like, is she even aware of what she's doing? It's genuinely concerning how stupid this girl is. Anyway, food time. I am stuffed. It's amazing how much of a difference a little bread makes. Glad you enjoyed it. 'Cause starting tomorrow, you gotta work if you want to eat. Aye aye, boss. Oh, right, she'll be working here, too. It almost slipped my mind. She seems like such an innocent girl, so far removed from carnal desire, yet she'll be out there selling her body, letting them put their filthy hands all over it. Oh, is that Morgana actually showing, like, a little bit of affection for her? What's up, Morgs? You've been staring at my face, something fierce. I mean, like, how old is she? Like, she looks pretty young. Like, I would say probably no more than, like, 15. What? I was just admiring the unusual color of your skin. Oh, yeah, I'm not from around these parts. I'd like to go back home someday, but who knows if that'll ever happen. Home. She did say she was taken from her home and sold off. I imagine that would make it difficult to go back. Speaking of, you and Jacobo look kinda similar skin color-wise. Do we? We're deafs both on the darker side. I wish I had super pretty white skin like yours, boss. I appreciate the compliment, but most everyone around here is really fair. My skin's nothing special. And just because we both have tan skin doesn't necessarily mean we're from the same region. Where are you from, Jackie? Jackie? Pretty dang adorable name, ain't it? I would very much appreciate it if you never called me that again. Oh, but it's so cute. Back to the question of where I'm from, I don't remember. In my earliest memories, I was already living here. Chances are things weren't great wherever it was. Otherwise, I would probably remember something. Oh, darn, that's too bad. But you know, Jackie, maybe where you came from is close to where I came from. Go back a few generations, and maybe we even share some family. I'd wager a guess you probably come from the same part of the world as me. If you go back far enough, you might even find we share ancestors. Oh, that's right, that's what he said to Morgana. But who knows? I told you to stop calling me that. Though I suppose there's a chance you're right about that. Whee! That makes us family then, Jackie. Ah! Get off me! Let go, damn it! Well, well, she seems to have taken quite the liking to you. I wonder if Morgana's gonna get jealous. Why did I just think that I wished he had said that no, they weren't? Once it started getting dark out, the kitchen became a deserted wasteland. The girls went off to work, and he went home. The brothel was divided into two distinct work and living areas. If it weren't and they used the whole building for business, I probably would have run off long ago. I'd only ever been in the work area during the day, and though it was largely masked by the scent of various incenses burned through the night, it was filled with the unmistakable raw stench of man. Cleaning it always put me in a dour mood. The corpses I gathered and buried were far less repulsive. In the living area, there was the kitchen, storage areas, and a large hall of sorts where the girls used as a communal bedroom. They would stumble in after a long night of work and all sleep together like a big family. I made a point of sleeping off in the corner, which wasn't strictly necessary since I slept while they worked and vice versa. I could just never seem to make myself comfortable sleeping in the middle of such a big empty space. Well, I mean, she was basically put on display in the middle of a big empty space, right? So she probably does want to hide herself away. Today was slightly different. I wasn't sleeping alone. Jaren was there, which I suppose shouldn't have surprised me. Let's sleep together, Morgs. Absolutely not. Aw, why not? I just like people putting their hands on me. It makes me uncomfortable. Oh, I see. So what you're opposed to is snuggling, not sleeping together. And here I thought you didn't like me. I was about to cry. It's still too early to decide how I feel about you. We only met today. All the more reason we should sleep together. In what way does that make any sense? Simple. The best way to get to know me better is through good old-fashioned spooning. Words don't got nothing on plain physical contact. That's how you get to know what someone's really like on the inside. Your choice of words makes that sound incredibly improper. Besides, I start work tomorrow, which means I probably won't get another chance to sleep with you for a while. So it's gotta be tonight, please? Ugh, Fine, but only if you agree to give me enough space. Nope, at least let me finish my sentence. You gotta get in there before you have a chance to change your mind. It feels like we've adopted a dog. I promise I'm 101% human. I never said you weren't, just that... Never mind. That's an odd thing for someone who is a human to say, is to verify and say that, no, I'm definitely human. I take it back. It's not like we got a dog. It's like a tornado dropped in and made a horrible mess of my day. That's Jaren for you. You just wait. I'll crack that big old icy shell of yours soon, Morgs. Is that really how I come off? Out of curiosity, are you not afraid of being so close to me? Huh? Why would I be? When you first saw my face, you thought it was caused by some kind of disease. Are you not concerned that might still be the case? And that, you might catch whatever it is? Well, you probably wouldn't be here if it was something contagious. As sweet as Maria is, she wouldn't keep you around if she thought you might get the other girls sick. And nobody else seems all that concerned at breakfast, which means whatever those marks on your face are, Morgs, they're probably not a danger to anyone else. I'm surprised. You actually have something resembling a functioning brain. Believe it or not, I'm super duper smart. Now that I know isn't true. But anyway, I'm talking more, emotionally. You can logically understand I probably don't pose any danger and still be uncomfortable. Still want to keep your distance. I know several of the girls do, and I can't blame them either. They need to be healthy to work, to make their living. There's nothing wrong with wanting to avoid any potential risk, no matter how small. Or perhaps they don't even realize they're doing it themselves, in which case there's nothing anyone can do. I'm not sure how much help I can be, since I don't really get why anyone would want to keep their distance from you. But I don't think it's that hopeless. If they don't realize they're doing it, then you just have to open their eyes. Easy peasy. Make them realize. And then tell them, stop trying to avoid me. You have the right to at least that much. I really think you need to be a little more assertive, Morgs. No one's going to get mad if you stick up for yourself every once in a while. They will, though. What? Who will? All man's suffering is purposeful. It's all part of God's plan, his trials for us on this earth. He would be very displeased if I were to turn my back on his plan for me. I really think you're overthinking it, Morgs. Less unfun things mean more room for fun things, and more fun things is always better. Would you call your life fun? Huh? You were taken from your home, and now you work as a prostitute in the slums of a strange country. Do you call that fun? It just seems depressing to me. No, I'm perfectly happy. Not a sorrow in the world. What's the term? Ignorance is bliss? She does seem to have moments of, like, introspection every once in a while. It's not like she's completely stupid, but it hasn't been a single day in my life I felt sad or depressed or like life sucks. Maybe Morgana is just, like, looking at this girl and be like, she has so many horrible things going for her, and yet she still seems so happy. Like, what's wrong with me? I mean, sure, there are days when I think it would be nice to see my mom again, but I don't really have time to worry about anything other than the here and now. As far as I'm concerned, now is always the best time of my life. I feel like she has so little going on in her head, she can literally only think of one thing at a time, and that's why she can't be sad. Don't got any room to feel bad about anything. I see. You're quite the optimist. So much it almost burns. I consider myself lucky to have ended up at this brothel. Everyone's amazing. Then I pray you'll find yourself at home here. Oh, you're kind of sweet, Morgs. Kind of. Slip of the tongue. You're always sweet. So, hey, Morgs, how'd you end up here a couple of years back? I was thrown into a carriage by a strange man and brought here, with no chance of ever returning. Not taken, but sold. Though ultimately the difference is insignificant. You were? I came through a similar route as you. Oh, huh. I guess that makes us peas in a pod. Not at all. We're anything but. I'm nowhere near as optimistic as her. Never mind energetic and cheerful. No, don't be foolish, Morgana. That's not why we're not alike. It's because I'm God's chosen daughter. I have absolutely no reason to feel inferior to a mere prostitute. Oh, look at her. She is feeling a little bit like, how can she be like this, and why am I like this? Why can't I be more like her? We're nothing alike, and we must never be. I think they are going to form some sort of, like, unlikely friendship. You're so warm, Morgs. I'm going to sleep great tonight. I am such a disgrace. Lord Barnier, we're all very much interested in seeing the saint's miraculous power for ourselves. I knew it would not be long before someone asked. We're much too healthy to see the effects of the miracle in ourselves, after all, which of course is anything but a problem. Falling ill would only serve to interfere with our ability to enjoy these feasts. Well said, my lord. Which is why I have arranged for a most fortuitous slave to have the miracle performed upon. Bring him in. Yes, sir. Ugh. As you can see, this slave is on the verge of death. He can hardly even walk on his own 2 feet. Under any other circumstances, I would keep such an unseemly thing out of sight so as not to tarnish your festive mood, my guests. But I believe he will serve as a fine sample on which to test the miracle's efficacy. He wants to test my miracle? Rejoice, slave. Good fortune shines upon you. Ugh. Slave probably wishes he was dead, because, like, okay, even if he gets healed, he still has to be a slave. You heard me, daughter of God. This poor slave is in need of your assistance. Give unto him your blessing, if you would be so gracious. I don't care how you try to dress it up, Lord. My miracle is not a show for your parties. Oh my, so you refuse to heal him, then? After making such a scene about how your blood is for the sick, the poor, and suffering at that. Even a saint's dignity has its limits. I understand. You don't want to be sullied by this filthy old slave. I never said any such thing. Then you know what you must do. Do not make me intervene, daughter of God. I am asking you to do this out of respect. I would happily give my blood for that man. I knew you would come around. Let's see, where should we let your blood from? I see no point in wasting unmarred flesh for a mere slave. Your fingertip will do nicely. He can drink the blood directly from the cut. Because I certainly don't have any goblets to spare for him. Let us begin, then, shall we, O daughter of God? Ah. Drink, slave. Suck upon the blood that spills from her finger. Do not let even a single drop go to waste. Ugh, gross. Gross. Tell me, slave, has your ailment been remedied? If it has, leap into the air for my guests. I am cured, my lord. Behold, I am cured. Wait, what? Really? Or is he just doing that because it will, like, make the Lord happy? Splendid, an undeniable miracle. Haha. Look, my lord, I'm cured. I'm in better shape than ever. We've seen more than enough. Stop hopping around like a filthy swamp toad. Oh, wow, okay, never mind. Yes, my lord. You are dismissed, slave. But first, give your thanks to the saint and all my guests who bore witness to your miraculous recovery. Thank you so much, sirs and madams. Thank you so much, O holy saint. And now that you bore witness to the blood's power, I'm sure you are all eager to try some for yourselves. What? Most certainly, my lord. With such a potent elixir, our good health is all but assured. Indubitably. Please stop this. Do not take any more of my blood. I'm begging. I've lost too much blood. I can barely think straight. I suppose I might have overdone it today. You did not come cheap, saint, so I won't have you dying on me until you've at least provided your gold's worth of entertainment. Your actions are an affront to God. My miracles are only for those in need. Is that the only thing you know how to say? I've grown tired of hearing it. I will gladly offer my blood for any other ailing slaves, but you and your guests are perfectly healthy. You are merely squandering God's gift on yourselves. Ha! Ha ha! You foolish little girl. What? Let me tell you something, saint. I don't believe in your miracles. How can you say that after seeing that slave boy drink my blood and be healed? What more proof do you need? It was all a show. Oh, he wasn't actually sick. Oh, damn. What? I told him to feign being ill and cured, or I would send him to the deepest chambers of the dungeon. Even a dog will wear a cat's skin if his life depends on it. So, what did you think of his performance? Impressive, no? Why? Then why do you keep taking my blood? All I and my guests desire is a good time. You are nothing more than an exhibit for our entertainment. No, you're wrong. My blood does have miraculous powers. I proved it back at the village. It hardly matters either way. Whether you're a saint or a lowly peasant girl is inconsequential. All that matters is you continue to play the role of a saint. What's the matter? Are you disappointed? Upset? You're welcome to cry, wail and gnash your teeth like a sniveling little child. That would be entertaining in its own right. Shout at the top of your lungs that you are not a saint, that it was all an act, and beg to be set free. Who knows? Perhaps they might lose interest in you then. I am the daughter of God. I will never claim otherwise. I see. Then nothing changes. Oh god, his face is so creepy. You will continue to offer your body and spirit to my feasts. Why are you so insistent on remaining a saint, Morgana? Is that Mother's voice? What do you have to gain from handing out blessings for nothing? It is my sacred responsibility, as the daughter of God, to help all those in need. How noble of you, Morgana. How honorable to not cast aside your duty in the face of such misery. It is the reason I was placed upon this earth. But tell me this, are your offerings genuinely altruistic? What? Are they, Morgana? Oh, or do you simply do it out of a desire to call yourself benevolent? The white-haired girl. When the people of your village sang your praises, when you crushed the man who accused Mother of being a charlatan, you reveled in it. I did not. There's nothing wrong with that, though. It's a perfectly normal reaction. Having pride and feeling a sense of superiority are perfectly human emotions, especially in a child as young as you. The reason you feel shame about your pride, however, is the very source of that pride, your identity as the daughter of God. Free yourself from those chains, and the guilt they cause you. I guess the white-haired girl would be more like all of her most benevolent emotions. This is more like the dark side of her. Go back to being an ordinary little girl. You can do that. Remove the chains and pass them on to me. Or maybe it is. No. Hands off, you silly. Tee-hee. What an awful nightmare. Dreaming about my time at the Lord's Manor is bad enough. But go back to being an ordinary little girl? No, absolutely not. That's not an option. My whole life would become meaningless if I were to do that. Not that I could ever call myself normal with a face like this. There's nothing ordinary about me. If I were to lose my position as the daughter of God, I would be nothing but a hideous child. In about a week's time, Jaren had made herself thoroughly at home at the brothel. She had evidently found herself quite a few fans among the clientele, some of who came specifically to see her. Most found her peculiar, hyper-energetic disposition overwhelming at first, but quickly warmed up to her. Not a single person seemed to dislike her, at least among those I came in contact with. Her second week, Jaren started branching out beyond the brothel. On her days off, she'd go down to the pub and sing for the audience on a makeshift stage of tables. Her first day performing, she dragged me with her, claiming she was too nervous to go alone. Ooh, I wonder if at some point maybe Morgana will sing too. So I sat in the corner as she sang. Everyone was quite surprised at how well she could sing, and they were particularly drawn to her unfamiliar melodies. Perhaps they were songs from her home country, or perhaps she had picked them up from somewhere. But regardless, her music and exotic appearance made for an enchanting performance. When it was over, the audience roared with applause, and I was convinced she was a much better choice to sing for them than me. By her third week, even Maria had begun to come around. At first, the most approval Jaren could squeeze out of Maria was an exasperated sigh at something dumb she said or something careless she did. But as her popularity grew, and with it the customer base, Maria softened up. "Man, am I glad to have you working here," she said with a big grin, patting Jaren on the back. To me, Maria's motivation seemed rather shallow, but considering she ran the brothel in all but name, it should have come at little surprise she was so easily swayed by money. 4 weeks after her arrival, there was no one around who didn't know Jaren. And yet, we never heard about her until now. The peacekeepers had all taken quite a liking to her as well, particularly the number one man, the big one whose name I had trouble remembering. Whenever he ran into her, he'd say, "Hey there, Jaren, I'm fresh out of coin, but you want to spend the night together?" "No money, no business." Bah, don't be such a killjoy. It's just creepy because she looks like a child. All the men in my life, in fact, had warmed up quite noticeably to her, including him. At meals, there was seldom a quiet moment. And there was nothing wrong with that. Oh, she's jealous. I should have been pleased to see everyone so merry. I should have been happy. I should have celebrated their joy. Oh, maybe the opposite. I thought maybe they'd be friends, but she seems to be showing resentment that Jaren is so popular with everybody, including Jacobo. But by the time a full month had passed, I found myself avoiding Jaren at every opportunity. I can see Morgana's point. I'm not quite as, introverted and, withdrawn as her, but I do find people like Jaren for long amounts of time. Short term, hanging out with someone who's, super full of energy is fine, but, dealing with it a lot, it's too much. It drains my social battery, and I would be, exhausted just being around them. Who could that be at this hour? I'm coming. Calm the hell down. Good morning, Jackie. Wait. Don't close the door on me. I'm bad enough with mornings as it is. The last thing I need to start my day with is a human noisemaker. That's not very nice. I thought we were friends, Jackie. I'm here on business, not to play around. Christ, fine. What business? Make it quick. House call. Wait, you didn't even let me finish before you started closing the door. First, you don't do house calls. Second, it's past closing hours. Ugh, you're no fun. Maybe I'll start calling you Jackie Joke Killer. Can't you at least play along for a bit before shooting it down? Why am I the one being criticized? It's way too early for this shit. I'll have you know I've never been fun. That's true. You're about as much fun as a virgin client. What did you just call me? Oh, you opened the door. Ugh, so seriously, what are you here for? Obviously not a house call. Well, if you want, I can make it one. Not a chance in hell. Get to the point before I toss you in the latrine. Now, calm yourself. Someone famous might have said, every minute angry is a day off your life. And who do you think is making me so angry? Taha. Anyways, Maria needs supplies acquired urgently. Looking for someplace willing to part with some lumber, free if possible? Lumber? What for? Lost a floorboard last night. You did? What, did someone get a little too into it? Oh man, you have no idea. This big old gorilla of a guy comes in, snarling like he wants to eat us alive. He starts getting it on and bangs a hole in the floor. No joke. And he doesn't stop either. All the girls taking turns with him, because it's just one's not enough to keep up. The place is howling all night long. I can't keep up with her. Stop moving. Stop moving. Wow, it sounds like quite a strenuous night. Yep, sure would be if it really happened. Truth is, it was just an old rotten board. She is a good storyteller. I swear to God, girl. I'm never gonna get that image out of my head. Aw, you're blushing, Jackie. You'd never know you were a regular at a whorehouse. I am not a regular, and you damn well know it. Why are you even coming to ask me to help? Anyway, surely you can handle a little shopping trip on your own. Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that. I thought it wouldn't hurt to ask, though. Okay, I'm out of here then. It's past closing hours. I said as much myself a moment ago. She just got off work and she's visibly exhausted. Wait, it's fine. I'll take care of it. You go back and get some rest. Ah, you're so sweet, Jackie. Maria was totally right. If pressuring him doesn't work, pull back. Act defeated and he'll fold quicker than the floorboard. Damn you, Maria. Okay, so that was all you needed, right? You're done here? Or was there something else? I just got off work and I'm super crazy tired, but I fought through it all and came all the way out here. And? So just maybe you should be offering me a drink? Or 10? Okay, fine, you win. It's not like you'll back down if I tell you no anyway. Come on in, sit wherever. Whee! I love this as her exhausted. And she's still so full of energy. So, tell me something, Jaren. How much longer are you planning on working at the brothel? Huh? Where did that come from? Just curious. Sounds kind of like you don't want me there? I never said that. In fact, your presence has been quite the boom. Maria is very pleased with the uptick in business. Then why do you ask? Because it's not a line of work anyone should be in for any longer than necessary. Ah. Are you still struggling with money? Actually, I don't have anything I need to pay back anymore. Now I'm just saving up for myself. All the more reason you should consider getting out. Find some way you can put one of your other talents to use. I don't know, I'm not really overflowing with talent. I can think of one at least, your performances at the pub. They're always a huge hit. Singing isn't the most stable of careers, no, but neither is prostitution. So, if you were to choose, I would say you'd be better off going with one that's easier on your body. Me, a singer. Marie and the other girls are so good to me, though, and I'd feel awful hopping off the boat after only a month. You can't put yourself second to some feeling of indebtedness. Look at Anne Jacopo, heart of gold, even though he can be a jerk sometimes. It's your life and your body to take care of. It's no one else's responsibility but your own. Do what you think is best for yourself, not what you think you should be doing for others. Tee-hee. What's so funny? For all you try to pretend otherwise, deep down, you're a real sweet guy, Jackie. I'm just telling you what the logical thing to do in the situation is. Most logical businessmen wouldn't try to chase off their workers. They'd work them till there's nothing left. But that's just how it is. Prostitutes are a dime a dozen. In the grand scheme of things, they're not important enough to fret about, because you can replace them easy. I suppose. But you know this brothel's different. Maria and I don't have a manager to answer to. No greedy bastard running the place, intent on working everyone to the bone. It was built up by the girls, so, as one of the girls yourself, I'm sure they'll respect whatever decision you make. Maria values your opinion too. Yeah, she said the same thing when I first showed up, that it's not a job you keep for very long. I'll give it some thought. I'm glad. It never even occurred to me I could make a living singing. Well, actually, I don't think it ever occurred to me to think about my future much at all. She doesn't think that far ahead. You're a good guy, Jackie, and Maria's a good boss. We're just doing what anyone else would. So, I generally try not to pry, but I've been wondering, where were you before you came here? What? Wow, you're really talkative today, Jackie. I'm just in an inquisitive mood. It's been nagging at me for a while now. How low her threshold for satisfaction seems to be. I mean, out here, everyone learns to be happy with what they can get. But Jaren in particular feels a bit extreme. You already know about how I was abducted, right? Yeah, that I've heard about. Twice, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. First time was when I was real little, though I wasn't targeted. It was during a raid. A couple bandits busted in, killed my mom and dad as I watched. It's very, wow, blasé about it. They spared me, luckily. Sold me off to work in the fields somewhere as a slave. And one day, while I was out on a supply run, I got swiped up and sold off again. It wasn't until about 2 years back when I started working as a prostitute. Was in a different city for a while, then I ended up here. And that about covers it. What's wrong, Jackie? I just wasn't expecting something quite so bleak. You'd never guess from how she acted. Well, pretty much everyone in the slums has their own sad story, don't they? Some more than others, maybe. Luckily, I never had a bad master. Everyone was really nice. I always had food and a place to sleep. So, I've never felt like I had it bad. I think that more than qualifies as having it bad. Oh? Have you never felt like you got the short end of the stick? I don't even know what the stick looks like, never mind which end is the short one. Well, I'll tell you, it's the one you were given. Your parents were murdered, your life suddenly turned upside down. Some strange man decided you were worth this much money, selling you into slavery. You should be furious. You think you're happy right now, but let me tell you this. There's not a damn scrap of happiness to be found down here at the bottom of the ladder. It's not until you're a few rungs up, when you're not living on scraps and treated like garbage, that you'll find anything resembling real happiness. I feel bad for Jaren that, like, she just seems, like, quite happy with her lot in life and everyone's telling her she should be miserable, but I understand it's coming from a place of, like, you should want better for yourself. I don't know about that. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm enjoying myself, I'm happy. It doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor or hungry or what. I'm sorry for losing my cool like that. It's not my place to decide what you are and aren't allowed to be happy about. You want to climb higher up the ladder, Jackie. I can't imagine there's anyone who doesn't. Except you just told me you were satisfied where you are, so I guess that proves me wrong. But I can tell you, me and the gang are through. Oh my gosh, let's try that again. Thoroughly through putting up with the status quo. We're holding on well enough for the time being because we're young and healthy, but here in the slums, that's only worth so much. Huh. Honestly, I can't even think more than a few minutes ahead, so I've never really been concerned about my future. But I think the future you guys are shooting for sounds pretty great. I hope you succeed in creating your utopia. I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. That's basically what it is though, right? You're trying to make the world a place where everyone's equal. Where everyone's got plenty of money and can go see a doctor when they get sick. Where no one starves to death or gets sold into slavery, right? Sounds pretty sweet. I'm rooting for you. My goals are hardly so noble. Say what? Nothing. I agree. That would be a nice world to live in. My dissatisfaction doesn't arise from concern for the world or others. I'm hardly so selfless. I mean, I guess at least he's self-aware. Oh, right. I just remembered something super duper important, Jackie. And that is? It's almost midsummer, which means festival time. Oh, right. That is happening, isn't it? I want to go. What's stopping you? Ugh, no, wrong answer. Learn to read between the lines, Jackie. I want to go with everyone. Oh, I thought she was going to say with you. That's about what I expected her to say. Gather all the girls at the brothel, your peacekeeper bros. Get everyone together and join the festivities. That seems like a bit too large of a group. Okay, then we can limit to just the cool people, either way. You know, that might not be such a bad idea. Whoa, is the world ending? I didn't expect you to say yes so quickly. You want to say that one more time, girlie? I was sure you were going to get all huffy and fight me over it for at least half an hour. A bunch of slum dwellers going to the city proper is only asking for misery. Unless you enjoy being treated like rats, you would be better off celebrating at the pub with people you know. And on and on and on. Is that what she thinks I sound like? I won't pretend I'm thrilled about the idea, but I've also never taken her to a festival. Aw, Morgana! Even with this, he's thinking about Morgana, which is why I thought it might be considering. You mean Morgs? Morgs. Morgana would never speak to me again if I ever called her that. Yes, Morgana. It seems to me like you're especially nice to her, Jackie. You got a crush on her or something? You fallen head over heels for her? Excuse me? Who in their right mind would fall for a child that young? You can't deny you care about her, though. You wouldn't do as much as you did for her if you didn't. And I never said I didn't care for her. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have anyone else. So someone's got to look after her. Oh, so she's like a little sister to you. I'm pretty sure she doesn't see me the same way, though. Yeah, I think she hit it right on the nose there. I imagine this is about what it would be like if I had a sister. Anyway, Morgs means a lot to you. That much is obvious to anyone. So, how about you ask her if she wants to come to the festival? You live with her. It'd be much simpler if you did it. She's kind of been keeping her distance lately. Oh? Did something happen between you two? Nothing I can think of. Maybe she feels like when I showed up, I invaded her territory. And she doesn't like me because she doesn't feel as much at home anymore. So, she's being sulky. I didn't realize she was capable of getting moody. Really? Jackie, that's being super superficial, you know? Sure, she can be a pretty tough nut to crack, but she is an 11-year-old girl. She gets happy and sad and upset as much as anyone else. Try as I might, I simply can't envision it. So you ask her to come, Jackie. Put your heart and soul into it. You get her there. We'll all have fun at the festival, and it will smooth everything out between me and her. Putting my heart and soul into it might be counterproductive. But sure, I'll see if she's interested when I go to apply her ointment today. Thanks a bunch. Well, I should get going. Catch you later, Jackie. Take care. Aye aye. Morgana, sulking and avoiding Jaren. Now that's an unexpected development. Or maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Anyway, I should head out and take care of business. Excuse me? No, absolutely not. You could at least pretend to consider the offer. It's not even worth dignifying with an act. Why would you even think inviting me was a good idea anyway? It seems perfectly reasonable to me. There's no harm in changing things up once in a while. Give yourself a little break from spending every day in this depressing little graveyard. The very prospect of attending a festival is considerably more depressing. Come on, it could be fun. Don't dismiss it without... Look at my face. Surely you're not so foolish as to not realize it would mean exposing myself, my face, to heavens know how many strangers. You're right, I'm not. There'll be so many people there, and everyone will be caught up in the festivities. Nobody's going to bother stopping to scrutinize some random girl's face. I hope if she does go, why do I have a feeling that that's exactly what's going to happen? She's going to get upset. I'd say you're likely to get significantly less attention in such a crowd. Like they say, the best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. Of course, I don't think you should be afraid to go out any day, festival or not. As far as I'm concerned, there is no reason for you to hide your face at all. That's easy for you to say. That's not my intention. I understand how significant an issue it is for you. But this festival is a once-a-year thing, and where is this even coming from anyway? What possessed you to suddenly ask me to the festival? Well, you know, I don't know. It was Jaren's idea. What? Jaren's idea? She dropped by this morning, and after making quite the racket, she brought up the upcoming festival. So, you're saying you're inviting me because Jaren asked you. She's like, oh, so this is out of pity. I see. Well, I mean, the biggest reason is because you weren't in any condition to participate in an event like this the last couple of years, so I wanted you to experience it this year. Enough, please. This is all for Jaren, isn't it? What? She's concerned because I haven't been speaking with her much lately, right? Well, yeah, she is, but that's not why I... Okay, I'll go. Oh, surprising. Really? Yes, for Jaren. I feel guilty knowing I've caused her so much distress. I'm dead weight at the brothel as it is. The last thing I want is to make things even worse by being a source of worry. So I will go to the festival. Morgana, I don't think anyone wants you to go out of some sense of obligation. If that's all, then go. You're done applying the ointment, aren't you? Morgana, please. Go. What's gotten into you? Why are you so upset? I am not upset. Now, please go away. I wonder if deep down she was kind of hoping Yakubo was asking out of, like, his own desire for her to go, but as soon as she found out it was, like, Jaren, she's like, oh, okay, so he's just, like, the messenger boy. I beg to differ. Okay, I'll leave. I know she's playing it like she's just doing it because Jaren wants her to, but I feel like maybe she's maybe a little upset that, I don't know, that Yakubo might not be asking of his own volition. Just remember, the festival's there for you to enjoy it, alright? I'll remind you when the day draws closer. I definitely went about that the wrong way, huh? I hoped her mood would improve by the time the festival came around, but unsurprisingly, my hopes weren't enough to change anything, and Morgana remained distant. She had always been a sullen, aloof girl, but when she was really upset, she completely closed herself off. Day after awkward day crawled by, and I soon began to wonder if inviting her had been a mistake. But after all that, I couldn't just march up to her and say, never mind, we're not going. So I was left to endure a long, uncomfortable week, until the day the Midsummer Festival commenced. Midsummer, the celebration of the Nativity of John the Baptist, was an event observed across the land on or around the summer solstice. In our city, festivities lasted for roughly 10 days. A large bonfire burned in the square, vendors set up stalls selling food and trinkets, and girls wore crowns made of flowers, dancing in a parade down the streets while onlookers whistled and clapped. The sheer vivacity that permeated the city was enough to make one forget about the Lord's venom coursing through it. Or perhaps that was the goal, an excuse to let loose and slip free of the Lord's iron grip, if only momentarily. We walked down the city's main street, observing the excitement unfolding around us. Our group was only 4 large. The other girls either split off into their own parties, or decided they'd rather take the time to sleep. It had been some time since I'd last left the slums and visited the city proper. We weren't prohibited from entering the city, but wandering around in grimy rags only invited dirty looks, so most tended to avoid it. Nobody was eager to charge headfirst into a den of prejudice, but that all went away when festival time came around. Everyone was too busy enjoying themselves to go around condemning us for our appearance. Whee! It's a festival! We're at a festival! A real live festival! Look, Morgs, look! We're really at a festival! Settle down, I heard you the first time. And I do have eyes, you know. Settle down? But it's a festival! The whole point is to make noise and get wound up and go crazy. If you make that much noise, you'll draw attention to us. No worries, everybody's doing it. We'll fit right in. Still... Ah, it looks like they're giving out flower crowns over there. Let's go get some, Morgs. Come on. I have no interest in... Let go of me. Wait, stop pulling. By all means have fun, but try not to get separated. They seem to be getting along just fine. Jaren was telling me how Morgana was being distant, but it looks like she might have been reading too much into it. Wait, Jaren said that? So I take it you didn't know either? Yeah, I had no idea, actually. Now there's something you don't see every day. You're always the first to catch on to any sort of friction between the girls. Yeah, I kind of stuck them both off in my peripheral, since neither of them are prone to causing much trouble. So I haven't been watching Jaren or Morgana very closely. Damn, I really need to pay more attention, huh? I should have noticed if they'd had a falling out. Don't beat yourself over it. You don't need to feel responsible for everything that goes on just because you've got seniority. What, you worried about me? Think of it as more of a warning, which, generally speaking, one gives because they're concerned. You know, it'd do wonders for what people thought about you if you could just find the stones to say, yeah, I am, instead of blowing smoke every time. And if I were to say that, yes, I was worried about you, you'd have no hesitation saying exactly what you thought, that it made you want to hurl. Ha, am I that easy to read? Easier than you know. Hold on a sec. If Jaren and Morgana weren't talking, I assume she's not the one who invited her to come then. Nope, that was me. Did you really? Well, color me shocked. Both that you would ask a girl out, and that Morgana would agree. She'd taken a liking to you or something? Though I guess that wouldn't be much of a surprise with how much time you spend looking after her. Well, actually, she had a slightly different reason for agreeing to come. Oh? Oh boy, those crowds are crazy. So you weren't able to get any flower crowns? Nah, Morgs threw a huge fit before we could get there. Said she'd rather go swimming in a latrine than wear flowers. I never said any such thing. Not in those words, maybe, but you were objecting at least that much. What on earth did she say, then? Yes, I objected, but only because the crowds were so bad we couldn't have gotten through. Oh, that's all? Can't say I'm surprised. You are both on the small side. Crowds this size could easily wash you away. Well, pardon me for being so small. I never said it was a bad thing. I'm sensing a lot more animosity between him and Morgana than her and Jaren. Oh, in that case, we can have Jackie go get them instead. A fine idea. Girls dig a man who knows how to step up and take the initiative. Yeah, girls love a guy who will be a pack mute, be proactive. Don't think I missed that juke. Oh, Jacopo, you're such a hunk. Once again, hunk, like what a... It doesn't feel like that should be a word she should be saying in this time. And remember, one for each of us. Good grief. Okay, fine, you win. I'll get them, so drop the obnoxious flattery act before I spew chunks. 2 is fine. I don't need one. It is a festival, you know. You should wear something with a little more color for once. I think it's more she doesn't want to draw attention to herself, but nobody's catching on to that. Change things up from your usual dreary garb. Or maybe she thinks that, like, saints shouldn't draw attention to themselves like that. No, bad, Jackie. 0 out of 10. No girl wants to be ordered around like that. Yeah, seriously. At least have some sense and say something like, you would look positively gorgeous with a crown of flowers to accentuate your beautiful hair. I love it. It's so corny, I can taste it. Just make sure you top it off with, but flowers can never compare to your natural beauty. If you so much as utter a single syllable, I swear I will despise you for all eternity. Never in 1,000 years. Christ, 3 flower crowns, coming right up, and stay right where I can find you, okay? See you, darling. Oh, do those girls ever get tired of heckling me? They were right about the crowds, though. I don't understand how so many people can care so much about a few free flowers. No, I suppose when you're in a festive mood. Frivolities tend to be all the more attractive. I wonder if he's gonna run into the Lord. Hey, watch where you're going. Ugh. Hey, are you okay? I didn't think I bumped you that hard. I'm fine. I'm just feeling slightly under the weather today. And what are you doing at a festival of all things? Need a hand? No, but thank you. What a curious woman. I get the impression she didn't want anyone to see her face either. And she looked rather well off at that, from what I could make out beneath her robes. Okay, I'm trying to think. What other girls... I guess maybe, Pauline? She's the only other girl I can think of that was in the first game. Like, I remember, you know, like, Pauline and Maria, like, growing up together. I wonder if they, you know, meet up in this game. A noble, perhaps? No, it couldn't have been. Oh, right. No time to stand around and muse. Like, why wouldn't she want anyone to see her face? It's like maybe she's not supposed to be out. I'm so sorry. I just gave out the very last one. You can't be serious. If only you had been here a few minutes sooner, you could have gotten some too. Damn it. If I hadn't been sidetracked by that woman. Thanks anyway, and sorry for wasting your time. Hold up, just a sec. I'm all out of crowns, but I do have one spare flower you can have. I was saving it for myself, but I'm in a charitable mood. Are you sure? It was meant for you. You're allowed to keep it. You look like you were really counting on getting those crowns, though. Oh, no, hardly. Why would anyone care so much about a few flowers, anyway? Don't play dumb with me. They were gonna be for your sweetheart, right? Now you're being Don't be bashful. Take it. I'm rooting for you. Bye. Enjoy the festival. Thank you. I suppose it's better to come back with something, rather than get my ears chewed off from both sides. Oh, there he is. I'm counting exactly 0 crowns, so you weren't able to get any either? I showed up 3 seconds too late. They were all out. Ha, that's a bummer. But what you gonna do? You say free and everyone comes running. No. You gotta hit 'em with something a little more girly. Whoop. They are real pretty. I can see why everyone would want them. You already blew your chance. And speaking of blowing it, Jacopo, we sent you out on one little errand, and you couldn't even manage to pull that off. Worthless grunt. Now, who needs a lesson in acting like a girl? Oh, I'm so sorry, Jacopo. Thank you so much for going out there in the big, scary crowds just for us. I'm gagging from the sheer volume of bullshit erupting from your mouth. Hear me out, though. While I may not have been able to get the crowns you asked for, I was able to acquire an exclusive, one-of-a-kind flower. Not so worthless now, am I? Thank you, flower girl, whose name I never got. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. If you were 3, maybe I'd be proud of you. Then go get your own goddamn flowers. Whoa, 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 relax. It is a nice flower. Very pretty. You never know, it might even look better in someone's hair than a crown. I don't know, there's still only one. You're never gonna stop complaining, are you? Not complaining, just wondering who you're gonna give it to. Oh. Shit, that is a problem. Right. Then I'll give it to... Can I choose? Oh, I can! I actually get a choice here. Wait, let me save, let me save. I mean, I think we all know who I'm gonna give it to, but... I'm curious about what to say. It's mine! The hell are you doing, bad ending? They all beat me up. Game over. What? What? What on earth just happened? Some unseen force compelled my hand to put the flower in my own hair. Oh, looking good, Jackie. We've been friends for like a decade now, but there are some things about a guy you just don't want to know, no matter how long you've known him. Wait. This isn't what it looks like. In what way? I watched you put the flower in your own hair. It wasn't my own doing. I must have been possessed by some kind of evil spirit. I hope the foul fiend drags you down to hell with it. Hey, quit trying to damn my soul, you. I think you look fabulous myself. And now I've got a new friend to go shopping for cute clothes with. We can get dressed up and do each other's hair. It'll be fun. No, for the love of all that's holy, no. Don't you run with this. Please, I swear, listen to me. Oh, hey, well, if it ain't Jacopo and the girls. What? Gratin? Please, don't just stare at me like that. A straight mocking would hurt so much less. Fancy seeing y'all here. At least acknowledge me. This was worth it. This is worth it. Let's all just pretend we didn't see anything. How about we check out the stalls and get something to eat? Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try all of them and see what... Of course the last one will be Morgana, but we'll see what happens if I give it to the other girls. Alright, so we'll do Jaren. Really? Can I really have it? I'm curious to see how Morgana will react. She probably won't say anything, she'll just look sad. Of course you can. I'm giving it to you. It was your idea to get the crowns in the first place, so you clearly wanted flowers the most. I mean, yeah, I did. But are you really sure I can have it? Why do you keep asking? I'm giving it to you. Yes, you can have it. I think she's trying to subtly hint, like, give it to Morgana. Tee-hee-hee. Then don't mind if I do. Never mind. I have a flower. And right in the hair it goes. Wait. What's the matter? There are so many people here. If I put it in my hair, I'm afraid I might come out and I'll lose it. And then even if I can find it, it will be a trampled mess. If that happens, it happens. No big deal. The flower merely serves as a prop to add to the festival spirit. It's meaningless if you don't wear it now. I think I want to bring it back with me instead. It's a memento of my first festival with you, Jackie. No way I'm going to risk losing it. Well, it is yours. Do with it as you please. Now, I wonder if this decision really has, really big consequences, because this is a prequel. You know, the events are kind of set in stone here. I'd like to pay you back somehow. Is there anything you want, Jackie? I'll give you anything, except fame, fortune, power, or property. Whoops. Nothing's coming to mind. I didn't give it to you expecting anything in return, so don't worry about it. I want to do something for you, though. How about this? For one day, I'll be your property, completely and wholly yours. Pshh! Don't call yourself property. You're not an object. Besides, it's hardly a fair exchange for a single flower. You think? I don't need anything in return, okay? Just take it and let's all move on. Aye, moving on. A little quieter, though, if you wouldn't mind. Maybe that would be like, for one full day, just don't talk. Thanks a bunch for the flowers, Jackie. It means a lot. Okay, so now we will... If I can get it, there we go. Alright, so Maria. Maria will probably be like, ew. Huh? Why me? Consider it my thanks for everything you do for me, I guess. Oh. Could you have had any more of a limp reaction? No, it's just, what do you have to gain from giving it to me? Pardon? Why would I need to have something to gain? You're hopeless. You've got both Jaren and Morgana here. Go after one of them, you thick lout. What was that? You heard nothing. Maria, they're like younglings. Like, what are you doing? No, don't encourage this. I gotta ask, though. You fall for me or something? Excuse me? Have you lost your damn mind? We've been over this. We're friends. Nothing more. Sure, but that was more than 2 years ago. A lot can change in a couple of years. Well, that's not changing in 1,000 years. Good to know. No, if you ever do find yourself drooling over this hot pod, let me know. I'll kick you to the curb so fast your head'll be spinning. It's a shame you have to be such a huge asshole, because you don't actually look half bad. You want to say that again, you little fuck? I just mean you're not even in consideration, so perish the thought. Doesn't make how you put it any less irritating. I feel like for Jacobo, that's a huge compliment. The point is there's no hidden meaning behind the flower. Wear it, burn it, eat it, whatever you please. I'm not that hungry, but alright, I'll accept it. Next time, put a little more thought into your pick, alright? Put a little more thought into it. How would that affect anything? You're so dense, it probably won't. This is my thanks for giving her a gift. Alright. Now let's go to the choice I wanted from the beginning. I feel like the canon choice here. Pick someone else. At least feign interest. Why would you think I'd be interested in a flower when I already told you I didn't want a crown? A single flower won't make you stick out as much as a whole crown, so I don't see what the problem is. Why are you so desperate to get me wearing a flower? Excuse me, how am I being desperate? Can you think of a better word to describe your stubborn insistence? A flower would clash horribly with my face anyway. Or are you trying to turn me into a laughingstock? You really need to do something about that cynicism. As I told you several times already, no one cares how you look. You're too distracted. I am not being cynical. You're a cold-hearted monster if you believe I can simply turn off my anxiety about my appearance. You don't have to put it in your hair. If you'd prefer, you can carry it with you. But I'd like it to go to good use. And give it to Maria or Charon. I swear, it's like I'm arguing with a brick wall. Okay, let's try this again. We haven't talked much recently, so think of this as... Just take it, please. I look like an oaf waving this damn thing around. Stop trying to shove it in my hands. Okay, there. It's yours now. Don't you dare throw it away either. What on earth is his problem? Is there any help in that guy, like, at all? Now you understand how he can spend so much time in a brothel and still be single, don't you? Yep, he's completely hopeless. Damn, that felt like the wrong choice, even though I felt like it was the right choice. Alright, it looks like the crowds have thinned out a bit. Following the parade, I guess? Then how about we go check out the stalls and get some grub? Meat! Let's gobble down kebabs till we burst. I feel like this Midsummer Festival is partially for, like, just something like a bonding experience, but I feel like we might see the Lord at some point. Sorry to burst your bubble, kid, but everyone's selling meat packed up for the day. Huh? Hey, figured I'd find you guys somewhere around here. Oh, hello, Gretien. What do you mean they're packed up for the day? Exactly that. Short on supplies. All ran out this morning. And this is just day one. Who knows how bad it'll get the rest of the festival. No, not the meat. Anything but the meat. Let me guess, everyone's all out of meat because you ate it all, beefcake. God, I fucking wish I had. Also, I have a name, you know. I always use nicknames for my friends. No exceptions. Oh, well, in that case. Are you really okay with her calling you that, Gretien? I would have expected them to stock up on supplies in anticipation of the higher demand during the festival. I bet they tried, but the damn Lord's leeching up everything he can get his grimy hands on. You'd think the bastard would have learned his lesson 2 years ago, but no, it's just been getting worse. God, this whole city needs to get off its lazy ass and tell the Lord they ain't gonna stand for his shit. I doubt many people are interested in risking execution to express their discontent. The number of hangings has risen significantly of late. He seems to be purging any dissenters he can find. Tch! Don't you think it's high time we got started, Jacobo? Started on what? What do you think? Our second uprising? Lower your damn voice, you oaf. There's no telling who might be listening. Kid, they'd have been standing right next to us to hear anything in all this noise. Way I see it, we're safer talking here out in the open than having secret meetings. Did you hear anything I just said? It's getting less safe every day. You know, we're pretty damned organized, if I do say so myself. Our numbers are growing, and I'm making sure everyone knows their way around a sword. Instead of just giving him a little kick in the bollocks like last time, I say we go all out and start a revolution. Rip the sick fuck down from his bloody throne. A revolution? What do you say? I think we could pull it off. He's right. We probably could. I wonder what happened to Gretien after all of this. Maybe after Jacobo, like, he became the Lord, and then he started to show some... I mean, he's nowhere near as bad as Barnier, however you pronounce his name. Like, but maybe because, like, Maria hated Jacobo after and wanted to kill him, so maybe Gretien wanted to, like, start a revolution and take down Jacobo. Like, maybe Jacobo forgot about them, so Gretien's like, well, fuck him, like, we'll take him down too. Maybe Jacobo even had Gretien killed later. No, that's not a good idea right now. And why the hell not? What, you're not flaking out on us now, are you? But what happens if we succeed? Assuming we can dethrone the Lord, what next? What if whoever takes his place is equally avaricious? Anyone would be better than who we got now. That leaves too much to chance. And even if his successor is more reasonable, we'd still be executed for treason. So you're saying we sit on our thumbs and deal with it? If only we could find a noble to join our cause. Someone as flagrantly contemptuous as him is bound to have made a few enemies among the upper class. Having the nobility involved would certainly give us more of a leg to stand on. Hey, how about you guys let it go already? Why? I wonder if that woman in the crowd, I wonder if that woman was the one that he eventually, like... Maybe that was their meeting where she said to him, like, you're the son of, like, a lord. I had an affair with the lord, and you were his son. You're not going to find any noble willing to stand up to the lord. They say he murdered the previous lord, as well as anyone who opposed them, their families, and their associates. No one's going to side with a bunch of plebs. The smart thing to do would be to shut up and suck it up. The lord's not immortal. He'll die of something eventually, so you don't need to stick your necks out just to hurry the process. You can't be serious. Wait for him to die? With things as bad as they are? Food's getting more scarce by the day. People are getting executed left and right just because the lord doesn't like what they're saying. This city's not going to last for more than a few other years. And everyone in the slums will either be dead or run off way before then. I can't imagine that will be good for business. Well, but still, it's not something a bunch of slum rats could ever hope to pull off. You've got your head in the clouds. Just because you can dream it, don't mean you can do it. Don't be a bunch of idiots, okay? God, will you listen to this broad? Every last one of them, I swear. I can't deal with it. Always so concerned with protecting their own skin. Well, excuse me, I'm about done dealing with you and your suicidal fantasies, too. You want to take this out back, little bitch? Damn! Calm down, both of you. Psh. We can continue this conversation at the pub. I still don't think it's a good idea to do it somewhere so public. Alright, fine. But let me tell you one thing. We're gonna have to do something, and damn soon. Even if it is a suicide mission. Anyway, I should probably get going. Don't want to be the fifth wheel on your group date. What? Does this look like a date to you? You're damn friggin' right it does. You got a girl on each arm and one to spare. I might have misjudged you, kid. I'm simply here as a representative of the brothel to ensure none of our employees find themselves in any harm. That's horse shit, we both know it. You don't have to be shy around me, bro. You want to bang 3 girls at once? Good on ya. A man's got to be able to pull his weight, both in and out of bed. I would never treat my friends with such disrespect, and if I were so crass, I would not be fit to assist with the brothel's operations. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're kidding, right? Not the slightest. Dude, are you trained to be a monk or what? Jacobo is like he's a proper, I don't want to say a nice guy, because that has the negative connotations. He's a good man. There's a difference, finding the difference between like a nice guy and a good man. But he is kind of like an actual nice guy in terms of like, he's not just pretending to be like, oh, I see them as my friends, but secretly want to like get with them. Like he actually truly does treat them as like his friends and his equals. That's not it. Ah, I got it. You're lacking in the size department downstairs. I'm so sorry, man. Ugh. Hey, the fuck was that for? Sorry, my fist appears to have a mind of its own. Yeah, well, mine's have a mind to make you taste dirt. Oh, is it now? Well, by all means. I'll be happy to take your spot as number 1. Fat chance, asshole. All men are idiots. Utter fools. You said it. Oh, I hear music from down there. And there are people dancing around a big fire. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Beefcake. Quit rolling around in the mud and let's go dance. Alright, I'll let you off the hook, but only 'cause Jaren asked. And I'd rather not snap my number 2 in half. Psh, were you even paying attention, you blind oaf? I was 3 seconds from popping your damn shoulder right out of its socket. And stop. Time. Fist down. You can grope each other all you want at the pub. Music started, so it's dancing time. Down to the square with you. Come on, let's get moving. You too, Morgs. You can go on without me. Morgs, we'll never find you again in this crowd. Come on, let loose a little. Have fun. It's a festival. Anywhere but there, please. There are too many people here already. It will only be worse at the center of the square. So, please, go on. You know, now that I think about it, we can dance just fine right here. What? No need to go down to the square. I'm a genius. Yeah, good point. What's important is we have fun and make a lot of noise, not where we do it. I guess not everything that comes out of your mouth is hot air, Jaren. Why, thank you, boss. That wasn't really a compliment. Wait, what? No, you don't... You can barely even hear the music from here. This is no place for dancing. You should all just go down. What, you need some music? No problem. I'll go snag a barrel. I can bang out a funky beat for all of you. You need more than just a beat to dance to, though. There should be some actual music. He's exactly right, so you can all go down to the... Give me a sec. I'll go find some kind of instrument. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Borrow my loot? Absolutely not. I will not allow a filthy rat like yourself to lay one finger. Eek! Don't hurt me, please. Okay, you can have it. But promise me you'll take very good care of it. Be extremely gentle, okay? Don't bang it around or be rough with the strings, okay? Kindly Troubadour lent me his lute. You know, sometimes I forget you're as much of a thug as the gorilla over there. Woo, let's dance. Hold hands, everyone. I really have no interest in dancing, so if you would please leave me out. All set here. Hit it, boys. Whee! Wait, stop pulling my arms. The whole world's spinning. Why do I feel like you're getting faster? We're just getting warmed up, girl. Faster, faster, faster. Please stop spinning. That's what I'm talking about. Are you having fun, Morgs? No! I don't even know where I am right now. You don't get enough exercise. You gotta give your body a good workout every once in a while. I'm having the time of my life. You're always having the time of your life. She sure is. Come on, Jaren. Crank it up another couple notches. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Slow down, please. I know I told you to speed it up, but this is a bit much. Zoom, 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 zoom. Ah! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this is a bit much. We're going too fast. I don't know how to stop. Ah! Figure something out. Yipes, we're on crash course for that wall. Ah! Stop spinning. Whatever it takes. Make it stop. Stop! Ah! Shit. And they're all down for the count. Never in my life have I seen a mere dance take such a disastrous turn. So, what are we gonna do with them? What do you think? Shit. What's wrong? A string snapped. Uh-oh. I had a blast today. Danced my butt off, talked my mouth off, got myself one heck of a goose egg. The bumps were not part of the plan, but yeah, I had a pretty good time too. Only wish we could have gotten some meat. Ugh, same boss, same. But it was a good day anyway. It's exciting getting to go out with everyone. What about you, Morgs? Did you have fun? Yes, I did. Sweet beans. Of everything that happened today, I'd say my favorite had to be Jackie and Beefcake brawling. I'm sure you enjoyed that. Of course, you can just go down to the pub and see that anytime you want. It's too bad Beefcake had to bail. He apparently hadn't had his fill of excitement and went up to meet with some of the gang. Wowie, Beefcake sure lives up to his name. When it comes to vitality, I'd say you gave Gratien a damn good run for his money. Oh yeah, and it was also nice to learn Jackie's such a sweetheart. No good having a guy who doesn't really care about girls helping out at a brothel. That would pose some problems, yes. Though, I gotta ask, you have your eye on anyone in particular, Jackie? What? How many times are you gonna bring that up? I'm glad you're looking out for us, but you gotta look out for yourself too. Relieve some stress every once in a while. So, if you got your eye on someone, I'd say go for him, even if it's someone you work with. So, how about it? Do you? Don't ya? Sorry, but I never much cared for this sort of talk. Blah, you're no fun. What about you? Huh? You know how it goes. A girl only brings the subject up because she's itching for someone to turn around and ask her. I mean, come on, you know Jaren is like... I think she's got a little thing for Jackie. The fact that, like, she said, like, I will be, like, if for giving me this flower, I will be, like, basically your personal servant for a day. You can do whatever you want. I mean, come on. Wait, no, I never... So do you? Because I can totally pull some strings for you. I've been in this business long enough. I've got contacts everywhere. Well, it's a simple yes or no question. I might have my eye on someone. See? What'd I tell you? So who is it? Who's the lucky bastard? Ain't tellin'. All right, then, if you won't give me a name, describe him for me. Nah. He's got trouble expressing his feelings. Go on. He kind of looks angry a lot of the time. Oh yeah? He can be pretty haughty. What else? But I think he's a pretty great guy. Is that so? What are you glaring at me for, Maria? That's nowhere near enough info to go on, I know, but if you do figure it out, don't say anything. Oh, no, that was more than enough information. But I hear you. You want to take things at your own pace. No problem. Once again, how old is Jaren? But I know I don't have a chance, so I'm not going to try and pursue him or anything. As long as he's happy, that's what matters most, even if it means he doesn't pick me. I want him to focus on what matters to him most. Jaren, God, you're such a little sweetheart. That old oaf doesn't deserve you. I'll find someone who'll treat you right. What? Thanks? Okay, now I'm pretty sure I'm not being presumptuous and assuming, but I never would have guessed. Morgana knows too, and she's just like all, Okay, you're up, Morgs. Who do you... Hey, is that you, Jaren? Uh-oh, what? You got some gut showing your face round here. What's this old drunkard's problem? It doesn't look like someone I'd want to associate with. You know this man, Jaren? Yeah, he was a client where I used to work, I think. Gotcha. You have any idea how bad you fucked me over, you little slut? Eep, stop pulling on me. Like hell, you need a good whipping. Actually, what you need is a... Ow. You need to watch your damn temper, drunkard. Ow, 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 ow. The fuck's your problem? Get your hands off me. I'd like to know what your problem is. This one here, I need her to do business. You prepared to pay for any damages you cause? Because from where I'm standing, you sure don't look like you're swimming in money. You little... I'm sure even in your drunken stupor, you know what the smart thing to do would be. Gah. Okay, fine, I won't touch her. Get your goddamn hands off of me. Shh. So, I take it you're working down in the slums now, Jaren. Couldn't think of a better place for you to end up, you walking scourge. I thought I told you to back the hell off. Now, let's not get physical. We've already got bad enough of a reputation with the rest of the city. One little black eye isn't going to change that a damn bit. Chill, let me take it from here. My fine sir, it sounds as though you and one of our girls have a bit of a bad blood between you. I offer you my sincerest apologies. So, could you perhaps consider this all water under the bridge? Why should I? I wonder what she did. How about this? You can cop a feel, right here, right now, completely of charge. What the... Maria! For a slum rat, you ain't too bad to look at. Hee. Alright, you got yourself a deal. Excellent, then come on over. She gotta, like, pull a knife on him or something? Hee. Yep, or something like that. You little... Gah! I could almost hear the sound of his balls being crushed. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was going to give you a little massage, but my hand seems to have slipped. You bitch. You fucking bitch. You're not very intimidating when you're hunched over and squirming, you know. I'll call the guards, you slum rat. They'll take care of you. Oh, and what are you going to say? Help, please. That woman grabbed my balls and now I can't walk straight. They'll be too busy laughing to do anything. Gah. Just you wait, you little bitch. You will pay for this. I swear to God. Don't you show your ugly mug around me ever again. Ugh, I need to find somewhere to wash my hands. Boss, that was amazing. I think terrifying is a better word. You let me know if anyone else comes looking for a fight. I got your back. And my loyalty for life. God, I never want to get on her bad side, and you do later on, my dude, you do. But don't you want to know what I did at the last place? If you want to talk, I'm all ears. And if you don't, that's fine too. Everyone catches their fair shit in this line of work. Money problems, people problems. We all got problems. But even if you did screw up somehow, you're like family now. I'm not going to toss you out onto the streets over a couple little blunders. Boss. And you got more than just me on your side. Isn't that right? I certainly wouldn't have stepped in if I didn't have some interest in your safety. Jackie. Thank you. You were pretty impressive, too. You had that guy's arm all twisted up in no time flat. I can see why you're the gang's number 2. Indeed. Ooh, is that blush I see? Are you blushing? I am not. Family is someone who won't throw you out onto the streets. That's what they're supposed to be. I hope that my father will not forsake me. Morgana? What? You're being so quiet. And this is new? I guess not. It wasn't as bad as you thought it would be, was it? You're right, it wasn't. I'm glad that, I was afraid somebody was going to say something to her, but I'm glad they didn't. We can do this again, whenever you want. We'll gladly invite you, or if you're feeling up to it, you can even invite us somewhere. It won't take long before you acclimate to all the excitement, to being around other people, interacting with them. Then you'll be able to enjoy yourself even more. Just thinking about it has me excited, imagining you out there talking to people, smiling, laughing, acting like a girl your age. The day can't come soon enough. You know... You're dreadfully insensitive. What? How does that make me insensitive? It just does. It's the whole thing about, you are not where you should be right now. I'll like you more when you're, a normal person. That's probably how it comes off to her. Morgana, you really need to. Hey, get a move on, you two. We're heading back. I'm sorry. I'm coming. What? Hey! Morgs, let's sleep together tonight, Morgs. You act like this is some kind of special occasion. You come sleep with me every night you don't work. Only on days I don't work. It's not like I'm off every day, so yeah, I'd say it's a special occasion. I had a very long day, so I'd really like to... Hey! Teehee. I had a super great time today. It's kind of felt like you've been distant lately, so it was really nice being able to spend the day with you. I haven't been... So if you don't hate me or anything, then... No, I don't. Oh, thank goodness. I don't have any reason at all to feel anything so hostile toward her, but for some reason, I do feel a strange discomfort in her presence. Whenever I see her talking to someone, laughing with them, something unpleasant wells up in my chest. What is that feeling? I don't understand the things I feel. It's probably envy, jealousy, and it's saints aren't supposed to feel those feelings. We should go out again sometime. I should get to sleep as well. I can forget about everything in my dreams. This unpleasantness in my chest, this lump in my throat, absolutely everything. Mother, you agreed with me. You said I was right. So why are you taking money from that man? Mother, why? Because you're worthless to me. Whoa. Well. Cheers, saint's blood and good fortune to all. Oh, I almost forgot. You need to eat too, don't you, daughter of God? I'm told consuming meat increases the amount of blood your body produces, so I've acquired some special exotic meat just for you. All I and my guest desire is a good time. You're nothing more than an exhibit for our entertainment. All that matters is you continue to play the role of a saint. You're a damned witch wearing a saint's skin. Yeah, so that's just... Oh my goodness, yeah, it's just the whole thing is everybody that she's ever met, it seems like up until this point in her life has just used her and just to see what they can get out of her, rather than, I don't know, just treat her like a person. Cough. Are you okay, Morgs? Yes, I'm fine. You don't look fine at all. Where it's they don't see her as a saint. She never told them she was a saint. I don't think so anyway. And they just treat her like a regular person. They treat her, with respect and, they show her kindness. I could see why she said this was the best time of her life. You're paler than a ghost. What's wrong? Are you sick? Hold on, I'll go get someone. Don't. What? Don't get anyone. But you're... I'm fine, as I said. I apologize for waking you. Go back to sleep. I can't just go back to sleep with you looking like that. This isn't the first time this has happened, Morgs. I haven't mentioned it before, but you sometimes toss and turn real bad in your sleep, groaning and whimpering like you're in pain. Do you have nightmares about the places you used to be? I don't like to see you hurting, Morgs. You can tell me anything. I'll take some of that weight off to get it out. Then everything can be all happy and smiles again. Talking. That's it. Let the bad memories out. Replace them with all the fun we have. Stop talking. No. Stop acting like you know anything about me. It's not what I want to say. I'm not like you. I can't switch everything off and laugh like nothing's wrong. I must keep the ugliness inside. I can't let it out. This is where she's actually making herself, behave like a regular person rather than a saint and keeping it all in. Stop trying to make me into something I'm not and will never be. I can't stop. I can't keep it in. Stop trying to drag me down into your world, to rip me from my identity. Make it stop. Stop trying to make me into a normal girl. Please make it stop. Morgs. Hey, what's all the racket? Quiet down, would you? I was almost asleep. I'm sorry. What? Hold on, Morgs. Where are you going? Get back here. The pre-dawn air slithered over my skin. It crawled down my throat, warm and humid and unpleasant. It didn't cool me down as I had hoped it would, instead causing the heat within to build up further as I ran. The tight, squeezing, nauseating feeling swelled, swelled, swelled. My heart and spirit, which I had believed to be pure and clean and sacred, were now a putrid mire. The filthy air of the slumps tainted me. This isn't who I am. This isn't me. With no goal, no direction in mind, I dashed down a barely lit alleyway. I don't let my emotions run wild. I know how to control my words. I don't feel animosity without reason. It's not what I'm supposed to be. I knew good and well Jaren had meant me no ill will. Jaren, Maria, him, they all had the best intentions. I wasn't so blind as to not realize that. Those good intentions simply annoyed me to no end. And that, I finally realized, was what I was feeling. That was the source of all my discomfort. Every act of kindness felt as though it was being forced on me, as though everyone was walking on eggshells around me. Every kind thing someone did only made me feel that much more pitiful. A life of cheer and excitement seemed like a distant dream, and I hated myself for how inferior that made me feel. But I couldn't take the hands being offered to me either. A couple years earlier, I would not have felt any of this, any of these ugly, sad, pathetic emotions. If anything, I would have been proud that I had no place among regular people. So why was it all so agonizing now? Why did I feel like I wanted to scream at the top of my lungs? At some point in my frenzy, I had made my way fairly deep into the slums. Sunrise was approaching, but the stench of alcohol still hung thick in the air. Mixed in were a wide variety of sharp body odors and excrement. Remaining here was unwise. However, I wasn't sure which way to go to get back out. Oh, this is what I was afraid of, that she was gonna get seen by someone and maybe bad things might happen to her, because all bad things seem to happen to her. Hey, chum, would you look at that? A girl it is. But they'll probably see, like, her face and, like, run away or, like, say, like, oh, what's wrong with you? Or maybe they'll be like, we don't care. We'll take what we can get. Happy days. I don't got the coin to go down to the whorehouse. I have to get out of here. Ooh, got a dash she is. Wonder how far she'll make it on them twiggy legs. A little resistance just makes it the more exciting. Oh, Father, please lead me from this place. Hold on a sec. Look at the girl's face. Huh? Who gives a rat's ass if she's ugly? What the flying fuck is wrong with her face? She might have some kind of disease. Aw, hell no. Me Pecker ain't getting nowhere near that. Let's get out of here before we catch whatever she's got. Here I was getting my hopes up. You and your disease can piss right off. As the men walked off, it wasn't relief that welled up within me. My knees gave out and I fell to the hard ground. I trembled, not in fear, but in unmitigated despair. Their harsh words cut into me like so many blades. I'm not diseased. I'm pure, holy. My body and my blood are divine. I hadn't forgot that was how people saw me. My nightmares did well enough to ensure I couldn't. Every time I passed by a mirror, I couldn't avoid the dreadful sight of my own face. My skin was rough and patchy every time I reached up to touch it. But even with those constant reminders, in my time at the brothel, nobody had ever acted outwardly prejudiced. They treated me like I was anyone else. At the festival, no one had said a word, but it struck me now that the only reason for that was because I was there with others. I had a renewed awareness of my own unpleasantness, a renewed awareness that no one saw me as a saint, but a hideous witch, and even desperate, drunk, homeless men wanted nothing to do with me. My spirit shriveled, anger welled up within me. I wanted nothing more than to scream. But I knew if I did, it would only make me feel that much worse about myself. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over. Morgs, it's not safe to be out at this hour. There's still all sorts of scary people in the streets. Let's go back, okay? Come on. If I said anything to hurt or upset you, I'm sorry. I'm not good at the whole picking up on what people are feeling thing. Just stop. What? I don't want your pity. Huh? I hate being treated like that. I hate the way you're always acting like you feel sorry for me. I hate it. I can't stand it. No, that's not it. I don't. And I hate you. Oh shit, I don't hate you. You're just a filthy whore. A dirty, blasphemous whore. Stop talking. This isn't how I actually feel. You're as impure as they come. I don't want to hurt you. You think your chastity is meaningless. You're just an animal. In fact, I envy your optimism, your unwavering positivity. I don't need your sullied pity. I'm so much more pure, so much more holy than you could ever hope to be. I hate myself more than anyone. I hate that I can't make it stop, that I keep saying these things I don't mean. Yeah, you're right. I'm not pure. You're absolutely right. What? You've got the purest heart of anyone. I know that, so you don't need to get mad or sad or anything. Damn, she just... Talk about letting things roll off her back. Like, wow. I find her kind of annoying, but also it's just like... Good on her, I guess, for being able to see the best in people and in her life. What is wrong with you? How can you say that? Because it's true. Get angry. Huh? Did you not hear all the terrible things I said about you? Get angry at me. Insult me back. Hurt me as much as I hurt you. I'm not hurt, though. I'm not mad or upset about anything you said, so I have no reason to say anything mean to you. Of course she's not. No matter how much vitriol I spit, it just slides right off her. She remains unscathed. Meanwhile, I only get uglier and uglier. Gah. Is she finally gonna, like, scream? Like, stop holding it in? Morgs? What's going on? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. What's wrong, Morgs? Nuh. Huh. Oh god, what do I do? Will rubbing your back make it better? Nuh. Cough, cough. It's not helping at all. Someone. She needs help. Hey, you there. What's the ruckus? What? Jaren? And Morgana? What's going on? What are you doing here? Jackie, Morg suddenly started having trouble breathing and nothing I do is making it better. Stand back. Okay. She's hyperventilating. Okay, Morgana, listen to me. I need you to calm yourself. You need to exhale. Breathe out. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Slowly. Breathe out slowly. That's good. I'll be right here the whole time. Don't you worry one bit. No one's going to hurt you. You're safe now. You're okay. Oh, thank goodness. It looks like she's all better. I was scared stiff. We're lucky you showed up, Jackie. What were you doing out this early, though? The gang takes shifts doing patrols. I happen to be on duty right now. I'd like to ask you the same thing. What the hell are the two of you doing in this rat's nest? About that. You know, lots of reasons. And none of them is an excuse for two young girls to be alone in a place like this. You're prime targets for the kind of scumbags who tried to go after you. No one came after us. No one would target someone who looks like me. I have all the proof I need of that. Then what caused that? Morgana. Hey, I'm gonna head back, Jackie. That's a good idea. I'll accompany the two of you. No, I'll be fine on my own. The sun's out, and all the scary people have gone away. Excuse me? You're going back alone? Well, I figure Morgs needs some time to calm the rest of the way down, and there's too many people at the brothel to do it there. So if you take her somewhere nice and quiet, that'd be amazing. I'll let Maria know. Somewhere quiet? Such as... See you later. A.k.a. his place, probably. Even though knowing that Jaren has a crush on him, she's just like she said, she's not going to be possessive over him. I give her props for that too. She's just like, I'll let, he can be happy, whatever he wants to do, and as long as he's happy. Hey, Jaren! And she's gone. Where can I take her that's quiet, without a lot of people? Is there even a... There is one place. So Morgana, if you would rather go back to the brothel, let me know, okay? But anyway, by process of elimination, there's only one place I can take you that satisfies all the requirements given. I assure you that under any other circumstances, this would not be my first choice, and I'm only proposing it because there is no other suitable option. So, yeah, you can come back to my place. Now, don't get any strange ideas. I swear on my honor I have no intention of doing anything to you. Not that I would even have any interest in doing such things to a child like you. He's like, but not because of your face, though. Not because of that. So, with that in mind, would you rather go there or back to the brothel? I would like to get out of here sooner rather than later. So, if you could make a decision, I'd really appreciate it. Morgana, I don't want to go back to the brothel yet. All right then. Off we go, I guess. Okay. Do you need help getting up? My legs have given out. Grab my shoulders. I'll carry you. Come on now, hurry it up. I was never one to initiate physical contact with anyone. I acted as though I simply didn't like it. But in truth, I was probably more scared than anything. How was I even supposed to offer these scar-ridden hands to anyone? How was I even supposed to approach someone with most of the skin on my face missing? I could tell myself again and again that every scar was a sign of my sacred sacrifice. But in what I had once felt pride, now I only felt disgust. I lamented the wounds obscuring my skin, and for the first time, I sincerely wished for all of them to heal, as any other girl my age might. Then I wouldn't have to feel like I was ugly. I wouldn't have to hesitate to offer my hand. I wouldn't have any reservations about him touching me. The sun's coming up. Look at that. Pretty impressive, huh? The sun's light even reaches this deep, dark corner of the world. I mean, of course it does, but I don't know, for some reason, it seems particularly bright today. Hey, Morgana, can I ask you how you ended up here? What happened? Did you get into a fight with Jaren? Something like that. Well, there's something you don't see every day. But I guess whenever you have more than one person in the same place, problems are going to arise eventually. Jaren can be a bit, well, excessively frank, so I'm sure she didn't mean to hurt you, whatever she said. No, it wasn't her. I lashed out at her, unprovoked. Now that I have difficulty imagining. You always seem to be in control of your emotions. Actually, no. I was just reminded of this too, but as mature as you may seem, you're still only 11. There's nothing unusual about that, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Stop thinking of me like I'm a normal girl. You are, no matter what you say. At least you are to me. You're allowed to yell at someone if you're upset with them. You're allowed to get into a fight if you're having a bad day. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to feel whatever you feel. You don't have to hold it in. Those are all things mere people do. And like I said, you are a regular person. You're no different from me, or Maria, or Jaren, or anyone else. Any other day, I'd argue the point further. Calling me normal is akin to denying me my very identity. But right now, the world feels so welcoming, to the point I'd feel bad fighting him over it. I wonder what's so different about today. Hey, I'm sorry. What? You have nothing to apologize for. Not today, but the festival. I feel like I was trying to force you to have a good time. In fact, whenever you acted like you weren't, it got on my nerves. It frustrated me how I was trying so hard and you seemed to be trampling my efforts. And I've been doing that for a long time now. I frequently get upset at your harsh words when I'm applying ointment. But I'm realizing what seems charitable and generous from my point of view isn't necessarily the same from yours. I like that he came to that conclusion on his own. She sort of was telling him, but all that stuff that she said to Jared about how she didn't want pity and stuff, he didn't hear that stuff, so he's just he's being proactive about it. He's surprisingly, I don't know, I guess even though he likes to come off he's too good for it, he's very in tune to his emotions and other people's emotions. I'm sorry for constantly being so presumptuous. I won't try to coerce you into going to the festival next year. You're not yourself today. Excuse me? In what way? You're unusually open. I never thought you'd come to that realization, let alone apologize for any of it. It certainly wasn't in my initial plans for the day, but for whatever reason, having you so close seems to have that effect on me. And for you too, if I may be so presumptuous. So it does. Well, we're on the same page about one thing. That said, I don't intend to back down on the ointment. I'm doing it because I want to. So just tell me if you're generously allowing me to have my way, if you would. Are you okay with that? You already said you weren't going to back down, so why are you even asking? Do as you please. That I will, but I won't stop complaining either. I'll have to practice not letting it get under my skin as much then. Yeah? To this day... Yeah, what's up? To this day, I've never forgotten what my life was like 2 years ago. I have dreams. I have nightmares about it. My episode back there was caused by one of those flashbacks. Well, damn, that would do it. I can't escape from the nightmares. They're always there, always right behind me. Sometimes I can feel the pain like I'm there again. Sometimes it's even worse than the real thing. I fear sleep. Will I ever be free from the Lord's terror? You will. You never have to see him again, and you can beat those dreams. It'll take time, but you can do it. He won't be able to terrorize you forever. Can I really beat them? Absolutely. If he shows up in your dreams, just close your eyes. Do anything you can to erase him from your mind. Banish all your memories of him. Do that enough times, and before you know it, you'll actually start forgetting about him until eventually every trace of him will be gone. Nothing that terrible will ever happen again. Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that, about the fact that okay, yeah, so even with the one lord gone, it's just so, this is what's so sad about this, I guess a prequel, is that knowing that Yakubo is going to be the new cause of her pain and distress, and doing almost the same thing, taking her blood and keeping her caging her away. He did the exact same thing when he was trying so hard to help her. You have my word. You can believe me. Everything will be okay. The Lord's not long for this world anyway, given how much hatred he's garnered from his people. And in any event, should it come to it, I'll take his head off myself. Don't do anything to put your life at risk. Huh? If you end up dying, I'll have nightmares of a different variety. Fair enough. You know, you're not acting much like yourself today either. That caught me off guard. Not in a bad way, though. I take it back. Burn in hell. Thanks. I was wondering, will there be another festival next year? You mean MIDSOMMER? It's an annual celebration, so yeah, there will be another festival. Though with the way things are going, I expect it'll keep getting smaller and smaller in scale. Why do you ask? Morgana, I would not be opposed to going again next time. Don't think you have to if you don't want to. I don't. Well, alright. Would it be presumptuous for me to assume you enjoyed yourself then? I can't say I especially did, no. I don't get it. Why are you saying you'll go next year if you had a bad time this year? Because I get the feeling that might change with time. Really? Yes. Alright, then I'll remind you when the time comes. Next year, the year after, and every year after that. You do that. Oh, was it... I'm trying to think. Next year, so when she's 12, was that when the raid happened? So it's just like she might never have even been able to have her go to the festival again, which is extra sad. So hey, are you still planning to head out on your own when you get older? I am, yes. So nothing's changed there, huh? All I do there is take up space. That's not your reason for wanting to leave, is it? You know that's not true. You keep the place clean and cook for the girls and do plenty else to help out. If anything, I'd say you only take up space far less than other kids your age. When I was younger, I did so much more to help so many people. I may as well be lazing around and doing nothing compared to what I was once able to accomplish. You know, I've avoided asking this question for a while, but what was your life before you ended up here? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I am the daughter of... Morgana? Why can I not bring myself to say I am the daughter of God? Maybe it's because she's starting to doubt it. That I'm a saint. That I'm not like the rest of you. Or maybe it's because she doesn't want Jacopo to change his feelings towards her if she says she's a saint. That my blood has miraculous powers. It is all the truth, so why? Why do I so fear acknowledging that I am not one of them? I am the daughter of the church, and I helped spread the word of God. I assumed it was something like that. Did you grow up in a church then? Something of the sort. Huh. Well, the past is the past. What you did then, what you could do then, isn't necessarily what you have to do now. As far as I'm concerned, you're more than pulling your weight. If you don't want to stay at the brothel, that's one thing. But don't feel like you're not contributing enough. Tell me. What? Tell me about when you were younger. Why? Or don't. You don't have to. I never said I wouldn't. I'm just surprised to see you showing any interest in me. Today's just full of surprises. I think I mentioned how I don't remember much about my childhood. I have vague memories of how the language sounded, as well as wheat fields stretching as far as the eye could see. I loved just sitting and watching as it swayed back and forth in the wind, like waves in an ocean of gold. I assume my parents were there with me, though I can't say for sure. I just remember they were pleasant days. I don't remember where I was born or what it was called, only that it was somewhere far from here. How did you end up in this city? Do you really not remember? I assume I was sold off. I found an opportunity and managed to escape, running and running and running for who knows how many days, till finally a city came into view, and into the slums I went. I only have scattered fragments of memories of that time. I assume it was so unpleasant, my mind shut it all out. I thought family were supposed to be those who wouldn't throw you out onto the streets. Huh? That's what Maria said. Oh, she did, didn't she? Not every family's the same. Some will, some won't. My guess is they were financially unable to keep me. But, you know, nothing says you have to be blood-related to be family. Maybe the first one throws you out. It doesn't mean you can't go and find yourself a new one. What happens next? What? In your story. What happens next? Oh, you want me to keep going? I was kind of hoping you'd gotten bored. But, alright. Living in the slums, surviving day to day was my first priority. I was too young to get any real work, so I became a thief. Heathen. Shall I burn in hell? I bet I'm completely irredeemable in your eyes. I've stolen, lied, and deceived, and even killed people. What? I killed several guards in the slave revolt. And that wasn't the first time either. Even as a child, my hands were not free of blood. You are a sinner, a vile, wretched, miserable sinner. That I am. Burn in hell. I'm sure I will once I'm dead. When you were younger, why did you kill? Maria's told you about what the brothel used to be like, right? Real rundown and smaller than it is now. She has, yes. This isn't exactly the safest neighborhood now, and back then it was even worse. Our gang hadn't formed up yet, so naturally we weren't doing peacekeeping work either. One day, back when Maria was 12 and I was 14, a thief broke into the brothel. He attempted to rape her. As I watched the man knock her down, climb on top of her, my blood boiled. All I could think was getting him off of her, so I killed him. It was the first time I'd ever taken someone's life. I was shaking from head to toe for I don't even know how long. I could never imagine that happening to Maria. She's a tough woman, absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was calmer than me. But she was still only 12 at the time, right about your age, in fact. Strong as she may have been, she couldn't possibly have overpowered a full-grown man. The only reason I didn't end up dead is because I attacked him from behind while he was distracted. I understand good and well that murder is wrong. But sometimes it's you or them, and well, if you don't have the strength to kick back, the world will trample all over you until there's nothing left. I don't want to spend my life in constant servility, having everything taken away from me, always on the losing side. I'm tired of being on the bottom. I want to climb higher, high enough to look out into the whole wide world, and I'll take you with me. I see, and that is the same world you say you want to go out into? It is, and the world you keep saying you want to show me? It absolutely is. I see. That's not the world I want to see, though, but I have no right to trample on his dreams. Well, I hope you make it someday. Oh god, this is like, and he does, and she suffers for it. As do I. Alright, we're almost there. See that building up ahead? I live on the 2nd floor. Not the most comfortable place in the world, but it's a place to sleep and a roof over my head. Should suffice until you're feeling a little better. Don't worry, I'll sleep on the floor. You can have the bed. So yeah, take as much time as you... Morgana? She's asleep, for the love of God. So goddamn much for that. Oh well, once I've got her tucked in, I should get some sleep myself. You know, I kind of feel like I finally closed some of the gap between us, and I can only hope you feel the same. Sleep well, Morgana, and may you be free from your nightmares, forever. Well, that was a pretty enlightening, emotional episode, especially that part at the end with Jacopo and Morgana. Like he said, it felt like there was a little bit of a gap closed between them as they both kind of shared some of their past. Morgana starting to have her conflicting feelings about, well, she's been having them for a while, but it really came out this episode about her wanting to feel like a normal girl and also like having that pull of like, well, I'm the daughter of God, I'm a saint, I can't be feeling these feelings, I'm not a normal person, but like deep down, she just wants to be normal, and looking at Jaren is just like envious, wanting to be like her and like be happy and content with her life and wanting to look like a normal person. So it's definitely like exploring more about that, and yeah, just like culmination at the end where like, I just can't believe, like, I know Jaren was, like, a pretty upbeat person, but even, like, getting yelled at by Morgana, and she didn't even let that faze her. I think she probably knows that, like, deep down, Morgana doesn't feel that way, and she just was letting some of her emotions out. But sweet moment, all the more bittersweet, though, knowing what is going to happen to Morgana at the hands of Jacopo. It's just that whole thing about just, like, the repeating cycles. You just can't seem to escape it. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy, and stay tuned next week for episode... Is that episode 4? I think it's episode 4 next week. Anyway, until then, have a good one, guys. Bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Kiori Makoto, SM, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif, iCognito, Jared Fan, Joel Oostman, and Zoran Ether.